And we're live. Welcome everybody to the Rattle the Cage podcast. I'm Bert DeVito and I'm here with William Bringer, and we're going to be doing a little bit of talking about the gaming industry. Our DLC is destroying gaming and AAA games are leading the way. We're going to be talking about games like Fortnite, Call of Duty and all those kind of games. So yeah, let's get into it.
Even favorites like Grand Theft Auto are doing it.
And I will even pick on one of my own favourite games, which is Fallout 4, because I've got something to say about that as well. But let's get into it, Will. What's rattling your cage?
All right, what rattles my cage about the video game industry at this point in time is that they are raping their customers left, right, and center. And I think we're not the only... The majority of us see this, but do nothing about it. You understand what I mean? Like, I'll give you a perfect example of something that happened to me. Okay, I've told you this story before, but I've told many people this story. We'll get into the microtransactions and all that. But so I had a unhealthy experience with Mortal Kombat 9, MK9, as known on the PS3. All right.
Yep.
So, when upon launch, right, if you bought MK9, you got a code, right, which allowed you to play online.
Okay.
All right, if you bought the game full price, right?
Yep.
So you buy MK9 and you buy it day one, or you buy a fresh copy, brand new, not a used copy, like from, like you could go to a GameStop and buy, a used version of the game for a lesser price, right?
Yep.
All right, so this was my first exposure to how this was going to progress going into the future. So people could buy the game, they get a code, you input the code into the PlayStation Network, and then boom, now you have access to play Mortal Kombat 9 online, right?
Yep.
Every other game, can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right, every other game on the platform, on the PS3, was free to play online at this point in time. So this was fucking areas that were brand new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These were brand new adventures now. Like, so wait a minute, now I have to pay to play online? And this is via Warner Brothers Studios. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Because they're one of the forefathers in doing such things. EA Sports is another one. So, like, every other game that you played on the PS3 was free to play. The PS3 had free online, whereas Xbox, you had to pay, like, now you pay for PS Plus. You know what I mean? So now that's the new norm. But back then on the PS3, you didn't have to pay to play online in any game.
No.
Up until EA Sports games and fucking Mortal Kombat 9. Now, this is my real problem. If I'm going to pay you, right, if I'm going to pay Warner Brothers and NetherRealm Studios an extra $10 just to play your fighting game online, your netcode better be up to par.
Yeah.
It better be a great fucking experience, but guess what? It wasn't. It wasn't a great experience. It fucking sucked. The netcode sucked. You couldn't get a good connection with anybody for a good 2 months until they fixed it.
Yeah.
All right? So that's if you paid for the fucking full price of the game. For me, I bought the game used, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 weeks after the game's release, somebody had returned it. That should have been assigned to me. You know what I mean? Why would somebody return the game so quickly? And why would it be at such a discounted price?
Yeah.
When you play the game in its story mode, it's Mortal Kombat. It feels like Mortal Kombat. It's cool. The fighting system is good. The mechanics are great.
Yeah.
So, but if you buy the game used, you have to pay Warner Brothers Studios $10 to access their online servers.
Yeah.
So I paid them $10 to play a broken shit and at best a beta version of their online server to fight people from wherever, you know what I mean, other people online.
Yeah.
And it was trash. So I gave you more of my hard-earned fucking money for a shit product that you're just testing out. And that's what I think gamers are doing today here in 2021.
Yeah.
Is we're buying games full fucking price, but we're not getting a full game. And we haven't been getting full games for a long fucking time.
No.
We're paying full price for fucking beta versions of a game at best. I just sent you a pic, right, of these weekly updates and these what they call patches now. There should be no such thing.
No.
If you pay full price for a game, you should get the complete game itself.
Exactly that, yes. I've been saying that for years, mate. And you're right, that Mortal Kombat thing is kind of a precursor to exactly what is happening now. Like you're saying, the pay-to-play, the unfinished games, and that is exactly what we've got. And I've been saying that for quite a while now with games. I think if you go back on the old PSD streams, I'm ranting about it like a year or two ago probably. It's these games, they come out and they're broken. They don't work, and then you get constant patches and updates. And then it gets to a point, right, I think it really got to a point, because obviously I used the WWE games to make the Fate of Eternity stuff with, right? And I hated 2K18. I hated 2K19. They were getting worse, and they were getting more and more broken. 2K20 I didn't even buy because it was so fucking broken. And then Fallout 76 I didn't buy because it was so fucking broken. And these are two games that I would have personally bought normally. But there's a lot of other games out there that are just as broken, just as damaged, and the game developers allow these games to go out, and like you say, they charge us full price, because to them, they're like, well, fuck it, these idiots are paying the money anyway, because people do. That is the problem. 2K20 came out, it was broken, but still a load of people went and bought it. Fallout 76 was broken, still a lot of people went out and bought it. Well, if those idiots weren't buying it, they wouldn't be releasing broken games. But people do, you know. And there's sometimes we don't know they're broken until we get them. You know what I mean? That's fair enough. But
and I have a theory on this. It's kind of a conspiracy theory, but I want to allow you to keep going because it adds a little bit more legitimacy to what I'm going to say. And I think that a lot of people are going to have their eyes opened up wide when they hear it.
Yep, go on.
All right, so everything that you just said, I agree with 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. So here's my conspiracy theory. These game developers and companies, they don't want to pay for game testers anymore. They want the actual gamers to be the game testers and not pay them. So they want to get the info and the feedback for free, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, in reverse, rather than paying professional game players, you know what I mean, like prodigies and experts that can find, you know, the mistakes in the game before the game is released, they would rather release the game that is not fully developed. It's a fucking beta. They release it. They don't call it a beta. They'll have a beta test. Right? You know that? You notice that was the precursor, the beta test code. If you pre-order the game, if you pre-order the game, we will give you a beta code, and you could play the game 2 weeks before the game is actually released, right?
Yeah.
Right? And it's a fucking like you only get to play one stage or whatever. But so many people will pre-order the game. They got to pay what? I want $10 to $15 to pre-order. Sometimes $5, whatever the fuck, right? So they already got your money.
Yeah.
They already got some money. They're already banking it in. Yeah. How many millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people are going to pre-order the game now just to get the beta code because they want to be the first one to play it? They're sheep. They're stupid.
Yeah, and a lot of that is to do with streaming. They want to be the first one
Yes.
to have
Thank you.
footage of the game up. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. And the gaming companies realize this, so now they don't need game testers because these fucking streamers and these fucking fanboys are gonna do it for them. So now they can cut their staff. So people lose their fucking jobs as a result of this bullshit. And this is the reason why you get shitty games like Cyberpunk's 2077, which was a colossal fucking disaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Colossal. I've heard. I was going to buy this game and pre-order it because it was hyped up so big, and I'm so glad that I didn't do it.
Yeah.
My goodness. Same thing with The Last of Us 2. I'm so glad that I didn't fucking buy the game.
Yeah.
Because they're fucked. So basically, these gaming companies are using you.
Yeah.
And you are willingly obliging it.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. Like, take a look in the mirror, man, and realize what's going on.
That's just the thing. They don't, do they?
They don't.
I'm saying these people will still go out and buy this stuff, and they will still. And that's why it never ends. Do you know what I mean? It's why it never ends.
I do. It's crazy. Because the gaming companies understand these big streamers, like, just because this guy broadcasts a game early, right?
Yeah.
A shit version, that they will pay that one person to put the game over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Knowing that it's shit, but they're going to take the money because they're a streamer. They take anybody's money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they do. They're there to fucking steal money from people that don't know better. Yeah. That's what they do. So the gaming company or whatever one you want to mention, EA Sports or fucking Warner Brothers Studios, those are the ones that I point towards the most because those are the first two that I saw really exploit this type of thing.
Yeah.
And now you see it everywhere. You know what I mean? Because now, to add on, the game is never a complete game because guess what? You got your, season 1s? And then season 2, and then season 3, and each time you have to spend more money to play those seasons. How about I just pay $60 and get the full game? No, you can't. You gotta wait until the game's. For fuck's sake!
Hang on, mate. You
gotta wait for You gotta fucking wait for the game's lifeline to end, right?
Yeah.
When you're gonna go into the sequel. After you've robbed so many people of their fucking money.
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking day, when you spend all the DLC content, all the fucking updates and the patches, all these things on one single game, you have spent as much money on that one single game as you have on the console that you're playing it on.
Yeah.
And do you feel like a rape victim right now? Anybody who fucking is listening to this or is going to listen to it, do you feel like a rape victim? Because I sure do.
You should definitely feel like you've been robbed and mugged. Do you know what I mean? It's that way. And I think game companies, they don't care. They are ruthless. They've got no real moral standards, you know? And it's... This goes in like... And I don't say why these games are unfinished, right? The developers are one thing, and it is the developers are to blame. And I used to hate the programmers. I would be sitting there screwing at the programmers, saying, well, why ain't this game fucking finished? These programmers are dickheads. It's not the programmers' fault. They are overloaded with work. I found out about a thing. It's called crunch. There's a technical name for it, crunch, and it's what game programmers go through. Now, most of them have a work expectancy or a career span of about 5 years, and by the end of that 5 years, most of them have got PTSD. They're getting ulcers in the stomach. They've got stress disorders.
Really?
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Some of them are like they get really sick, like physically and mentally sick from the work they're put through. Now these programmers, they have to work a full day's work, you're 9 to 5, but then they're asked to do overtime. But they're not just asked to do overtime. If you don't do the overtime, you're going to lose your job, right? And they don't get paid for this overtime. And the working conditions where they are really fucking bad. People are sleeping in the office for 5 months, 6 months at a time. They don't get to go home and see their families or their friends. They don't get to go out and celebrate and do whatever they would do. They are working for 5 or 6 months, sleeping in the office, creating all this DLC and correcting all these patches. But these programmers are tired, they're worn out, they're mentally stressed, and they are constantly being bombarded. Like Fortnite and Call of Duty are two of the biggest bastards when it comes to this, right? Because
believe that 1,000%.
They will have the loot boxes, and they get these programmers every day, every week, create a new gun with a new skin and a new this or a new piece of apparel, something you can put in a game. These programmers are constantly making new stuff to go in the games. They're overworked, they're underpaid, the conditions are fucking terrible, and
they don't get overtime pay, so they must be contracted. Like, when we ask you to work, you have to work, and if you say no, then fuck you, you're gone.
Pretty much, that is it. Yeah,
that's wrong.
If you don't do the overtime, you lose your job, but you don't get paid for overtime. And you have to spend 5 or 6 months away from your family and your friends.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Sounds like they're working for Vince McMahon.
Yeah. But this is where I think these AAA game companies need to be put in check. We need regulations for those people. We need to cut down on this loot box stuff and the drug dealer mentality, or the drug dealer, because that's what they are. These fucking people. Fortnite.
That's right.
Fortnite says, "Yeah, mate, have the game for free. Yeah, just like a drug dealer will give you your first bag for free. Try that out, mate. Look, do you like that? It's good, isn't it? Once they get you hooked, bam, now buy this, now buy this, now buy this."
That is a fucking fact that they couldn't have said any better. And they took that idea, the major gaming industry like consoles and PC, they took that idea from, cell phone games.
Yeah.
Like, that's where they started. That was the test. So you wanted to be the cool guy with what's the fucking popular fucking cell phone games? Which one? The
Angry Birds.
I played Angry fucking Birds, and then what the fuck is the other one? Candy Crush.
Yeah, that's
and shit like that. Like, you can only get so far, and the game will not let you progress further unless you're a fucking super fucking intelligent person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you could think better than an AI, a low-level AI. Otherwise you're not getting past that stage without buying something. It could be $2, $3 something. Like this, you could buy 3 more moves for $5 and then finish this stage. Drug dealer mentality. I love that analogy because it's fucking perfect. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
And they're getting all the kids hooked on it. These kids, it's like you take heroin away from a heroin addict. If you take that console away from that kid, they go fucking mental. Some of them, they go mental, screaming and shouting at their parents, and over a game.
Yep. It's a fact.
And again, the game companies know this. and they've got no moral compass, no ethics, no thought towards the parents, and even the kids' own mental well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I used to go out during the day and I would go over the field, climb trees, ride my bike, have wrestling matches, play football, do whatever, and then at night time I come in and I played my console. Now kids wake up in the morning, they play their games all day, and they go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fact. Yes, it's true. It's because like back in the day, like the only time I would play like I'm gonna go way back, right? So I was like a young kid.
Yeah.
Like 9 years old, 10 years old, 12, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? I only played my video games when there was nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
Like there were other options. Like for me, because I grew up in the fucking ghetto, I wanted to play football with my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basketball, which I sucked at, but I would play it if there was a game going down. Whatever, I'd play basketball. A prison sport, even though I wasn't in prison, but it's popular where I grew up because most of the people that were in the community had been in prison at one point in their fucking lives.
Yeah.
Handball, which would be like racquetball, you just use your hands instead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we would play that, and then once the game was over, boom, 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 you go in the house, eat some fucking food. Then you turn your fucking Nintendo on or your Sega Master System or whatever the fuck you had. And then you played a full game. Did you beat the game? Again, it didn't even matter if you beat the game. You know what I mean? That was something that you did on the weekends when there was no school or whatever.
Yeah.
You could beat a fucking game in a day or two. But you felt like you fucking whatever. It was just a fucking game.
Yeah.
Now, these games... Like, people feel like the game, if they don't play it, then they're not fucking accomplishing something in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fucking problem.
And I think trophies add to that. Those PlayStation trophies. Because people get hooked on them and they become trophy hunters. And it's like...
That is a fact.
I guess it's similar...
I'm guilty of this myself, so I ain't gonna fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I'm above it because I do like that fucking pa-ching when you get something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't mind it, but it's those that become obsessed with it and have to get trophies for everything. And then...
Yeah.
Like, it's equivalent to the like thing on Facebook, right? How that was put there to get people. Again, it's like a drug. You put a post up, someone puts a like on it, you get an adrenaline hit. You know what I mean? An endorphin hit.
Dopamine, yes.
Dopamine. Yeah. Yep. I feel good about that. 20 people like your post, I feel even better. 100 people like it, hey, I'm on top of the world. Right? It's the same thing with them trophies. They're there, so when you get one, you feel that bit better, and you want another one now, because you're hooked. It's like a drug. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, that's a fact. And because you hear it like from, like if you play a game with someone, you play the same game. Let's say I played the same game as you, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I played Fallout, whichever version of the game.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations and shit like this. It's like, oh, so how much of it did you get a platinum? Well, I beat the game, but I didn't platinum, and I need to do this, that. Like, it almost tries to make you feel inadequate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I platinumed the game, so fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Prime example of that. My mate Russ, right? He's not a big gamer, and he's not someone who's trophy hunter or whatever. But we both played Streets of Rage 4 to death. But he platinumed it, right? I've got one trophy left to get, and that is get S rank on every stage on hard level or above. Now,
fuck, man, God bless you motherfuckers for doing that, because that is not an easy thing to do.
No, well,
just putting it out there.
That's it. Well, I've done about 5 stages S rank on hard level. And I know I could do it, but it's the time, the effort, and you know, just a mindset of sitting there and doing it over and over and over and over until you get that perfect score. Yeah, and I'm
Like,
just,
is it worth it?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I'm one of them people who's like, I know I could do it if I sat there for like 5 hours a day for however long, but I don't want to, you know. I don't want to. So, but Russ, he's constantly going, when you gonna platinum Streets of Rage then? I've platinumed it. That means I'm better than you. And he's only trying to wind me up, you know what I mean? He's just having a laugh, like.
For sure, yeah, absolutely.
But that's the thing, right? With him, it's just a joke. Other people, it's like they take such pride in having these trophies and platinum a game, and like you say, trying to make people feel inferior because you didn't get the platinum. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's all.
It's a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, and
when you think about it.
And it's all mind manipulation on the part of the gaming industry, PlayStation,
That's right.
Xboxes.
That's
Xboxes
right.
got an equivalent to trophies as well.
Right, called achievements.
Yeah.
Like you would again, and that's even more of an infectious word to use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Achievement, like you achieved something. Did you? Did you really? I see it as a waste of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like more often than not, like because again, I've done it. Like I've tried to get platinums. I've got plenty of them. And those just one of the fucking missions to get that platinum that could take you all day to do.
Yeah.
What did you really achieve? It's manipulation.
Yeah, that's it.
And they know it, and they fucking know it. And that's fucking scary.
That's it. And I think all that ties in with the streamers as well. They make videos how to get trophies. So then people just... And that's the other thing that winds me up about them trophies. Some people don't even actually achieve earning a trophy off their own back. They'll just watch a video on YouTube that tells them how to do it. And then I'm like, well, you haven't achieved anything, have you? Someone else achieved it.
But you like to hear that ding ding?
Yeah.
That's right. That's shit. Guilty as charged, man. I've done it. I've done it.
That's it. It's just another trick that this gaming industry uses, and they use far too many, and it is killing the gaming industry because this DLC, these loot boxes, you can have a better weapon, yeah, and if you buy that better weapon, then say like me and you get a game, you buy a weapon and I don't, I'm never gonna be able to beat you now. Do you know what I mean? Because you've gone and bought a weapon that's better than anything I've got, or you buy some armor and I haven't got armor. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he's killing gaming, and not only that, he's like, you remember when like the old dungeon crawlers like Zelda and stuff like that, there'd be a really good weapon like a golden bow and arrow or a special sword that had a special power, but you had to find the dungeon it was in, fight your way through the dungeon, beat the boss, find the secret room, and then you get the special prize. That's a whole adventure, and it makes you feel like you truly achieved something. But now you can just go in and buy those special weapons. Where's the fun in the game?
You can if you want to drop fucking $5.
Exactly. And
like
people
that's
will.
I noticed that's the base price for everything is $5.
Yeah.
$5. Hey man, you can skip all this. Like the Call of Duty does that in the game I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
Where I sent you the screenshot of like, oh, we fixed this week. Well, thanks, man. It should have been fixed before the game was released.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you pay $5 and then you get skipped a few fucking tiers and they give you free shit. And it's not free. They call it free stuff, but it's not free because you just paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's not free. If it was free, you would have earned it through your hard work through the game, playing the fucking game, doing things that other people can't do.
Exactly that.
That would make it free. You earned it. It wouldn't even make it free. Free is a gift that you didn't do anything for, right?
Yeah,
Somebody just gave it to you.
Yeah.
If you pay money, you're not getting it for free.
No.
But they use that verbiage.
Yeah.
Give me $5 and I'll give you this for free. But it's not free.
No.
I just gave you something.
Yeah, exactly.
When are these people going to wake up, Bert? I mean, what the fuck? It's not free.
They don't know. That's what I'm saying. These people will just...
Here's the best one, right? I bought the gold version of the game, and they gave me this for free. No, you didn't. You paid extra money to get that shit.
Yeah. That's it.
So it's not free.
No. That's it. I buy it. So I buy, like, I don't know, the silver version, and I don't get the super laser gun. You buy the gold version and you get the super laser gun. Well, you've paid more money than me, so you're not getting anything extra for free. Exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's reverse psychology. It's manipulation. That's what it is. It's fucking ridiculous. But they fall for it because the key target audience is kids. You know what I mean? Or pre-adolescents that don't know any better. And there's some... fuck. I hate to say it. The majority of these fucking people are adults.
Oh, yeah. There's a massive amount of people in the 18 to 35, 18 to 45 demographic. Do you know what I mean? That are just as bad as those kids are buying shit.
But they promote, and a lot of them are the ones, like you said, the streamers.
Yeah.
And they say it, and the kids abide by it because they see them as an authoritative figure, right? I think I said it right the second time.
yeah.
Authoritative figure, like, oh yeah, well if this guy likes it, I gotta get it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
And that's where the streamer, everybody's being manipulated.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, wow. Like, you would never think that this would happen. Like, the era we come from, you never thought in a million years shit like this would happen, where it would try to rape your wallet the way that they fucking do. And for what? I guarantee you, if there was one company to come out and do things the right way, take their fucking time, make a complete game and make it good. You know what I mean? Like a game like Skyrim, right? Like we rave about Skyrim.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
The game itself, that's the one game that they did. Mind you, again, it does have DLC content, but without it, you still have a complete game.
But that I don't mind. I've got no problem with DLC that adds to the game. That's fine. You can do that. Add me some more levels, some more quests, some more bad guys, more weapons, whatever. I don't mind that.
Right.
But it's when it's like, you know, when you have to keep paying extra. And this brings me on to that, what I was saying at the beginning, where I'm going to pick on Fallout 4 a little bit. It's one of my favourite games of all time, next to Skyrim. Like, both of those games, they're made by Bethesda. And they're very similar in a lot of ways, and I love both of those games. Now, I got Fallout 4 and I got the season pass. Now, the thing with these season passes is once you buy them, you're supposed to get everything that comes out in the future for DLC, right? Because
you would think, yes.
That is what Fallout 4 said anyway. Yeah, buy this deal. Season pass and you'll get all future DLC. Now,
right, but only for that one season. That's where you're going.
No. What Bethesda done?
Worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bethesda have played quite a dirty trick. They've got something called the Creation Club, right? And now basically this is just DLC content, yeah. But they put it in something called the Creation Club, which then you have to pay more money to buy these new elements for the game, right? But it is just DLC. That is all it is. It's DLC. But they're dressing it up differently by calling it Creator Club and saying, oh look, we put this stuff in the Creator Club, you can buy it. They're just dressing it up differently. It's a dirty little trick, and that's Fallout 4 Bethesda, and I don't like that, because I bought the season pass and I was happy with the season pass, but I don't like the fact that they've added this Creation Club where now all DLC that they make you have to pay extra money, because that to me is false advertising. They advertised me a season pass that was going to give me all future content, but it's not giving me all future content.
That's right.
But I think,
and that's the same thing I say with the season pass. You know what I mean? You buy the first season pass, and it's like whatever DLCs come out, you get for free, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, well no, now we're gonna have a season 2. It's manipulation. Oh, you only bought the season 1 pass.
Yeah.
Nah, but it doesn't say that. Like, a lot of times they don't say the season 1 pass. They just say you bought the season pass.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's, oh, well, this is season 2 now. So to get this content, you got to buy. You spend another $15.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
God damn, man.
And like you say, time you bought it all, you've paid as much as you paid for your console.
Absolutely. And if not that, fucking 25 to 15% of that console.
Yeah.
Which is fucking ridiculous. And this is just for a single game. And this shit happens in fucking every game you fucking buy.
Yep. Most of them these days.
So it's like you're buying, if you buy like the most popular games, right, Burp?
Yeah.
That's basically, and you buy all the content, right, for the what they call the complete game.
Yeah.
After all the season passes, after all the microtransactions and all these things, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, you have bought the next gen systems, the PS. I'll just put it the PS5. You have bought 5 or 6 PS5s. You have one PS5 actual console in your home.
Yeah.
But you've spent like maybe the let's multiply what's it, $400, $500 times 6. You spent $3,000 to play that console. That is not right.
No.
That's not right at all.
No.
People need to smarten up. Moral of the story, man. Boycott this shit. Do not buy season passes. Force these fucking game industries, executives and what have you, to put forth a better fucking effort in completing a game, giving us a quality game that's worth playing, where you're gonna get what for $60. What our rule is, $60 you get 60 hours of gameplay, right?
Yep.
That's not much to ask.
No, not at all.
That's not much to ask, man.
No.
But
and you want a game that works as well.
That's right. Smooth.
Yeah.
No fucking problems, no glitches, no nothing of this nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not much to ask. Can you give it to us? Is the question.
Yeah, well, that is the question. Can they give it to us? I don't know if they can, but they need to. And it is, like you say, people need to boycott it. People need to stop buying this shit. People need to say no to microtransactions. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But will they? No, because they're fucking idiots. Most of them. You know? Or they're just... People want things. But at the same time as well, I think programmers around the world working for all these game companies need to stand up and walk out of the fucking office, go on strike and say no, bollocks to this until this is unionised, till we're paid overtime, till we're allowed to go home and see our families. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
It needs a massive walkout across these game companies. The programmers themselves need to say enough is enough. You're treating us like slaves. I guarantee you there are 11-year-old kids working in sweatshops in Thailand that are treated better than these fucking programmers. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to envision something like that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would
Yeah,
not be surprised at all.
and
And it seems that that's what's happened. Like I said, you know what I mean? They don't have the need of not game developer, game testers.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yet you see ads for game testers. You know
yeah.
what I mean? All the fucking time. Oh, we're hiring game testers. But yeah, how do you treat them? Obviously not well, because there wouldn't be so much betas for all these popular games if you had really good game testers. You don't want them, because you'd rather fucking rob your fucking consumer of their money rather than put forth a quality product of a game. And that's fucking sad.
Yeah. Well, so I've done one beta test actually. There's a game called Dreams, which is like Little Big Planet 4, but it's not Little Big Planet. And like I like creating all the levels and making all the stuff on there and that. And they had a beta out for it, and I think it was how much was it when it £25 it was, and you could buy it. You could do the beta, but you could tell them if there was anything you needed, like if the game needed anything. So it was like, so exactly what you said. I paid them to be a game tester and to tell them what is wrong with their game. Now, I did say, because of my disability, I couldn't use the motion sensor controls, which the whole game was on motion sensor. And I said, if you don't put analog stick controls in it, I'm not going to be like buying this game. Well, I didn't. That was the thing though. If you bought the beta for £25, they will give you the free game when it comes out, like the full game, and you don't have to pay extra for. So that was a good thing. But I said to them, I need these analog controls in it for them to do it, and they did put them in the game. They sent me a message. They said, yeah, we're working on it, and they put them in the game. So on the one hand, the beta testing, it can be good because of things like that. Their game testers might not have a disability, so they wouldn't know things like that. So in a way, it's kind of, I understand why. But again, I see the point you're making is more likely the real point, which is probably 100% the real point, is that they don't want to pay their own people and they'd rather be paid. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, well, the way they see it is basically, why are we paying, like, somebody, like, they could be, like, not just a gamer like you and I, like, we're just average Joes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I would like to think that we're somewhat intelligent. Yeah, I hold you in a higher regard in compared to me as far as intelligence goes. And if I was going to hire somebody to test the game, it would be you, right?
Yeah.
But they don't want to do that.
No, no.
They want to rely on the fucking 10-year-old's opinion. This needs to be nerfed. You know, like even the terms that they use.
Yep.
This needs to be buffed. This
Yep.
needs to be nerfed. Who's coming up with these fucking terms?
The very fact that they are terms shows how common it is in gaming.
Exactly. Like, they're trying to cater to the fucking, you know, the impressionable. That's
Yeah.
what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And the people that won't question the tactics, the business tactics that they're using, they are fucking stealing your money. Stop giving them their money and they will change their ways. I promise you this.
Do you know what these these company owners do? Have you seen the guy that owns Fortnite? Right? I see this thing, and it was he was showing you around his house. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a piano room. He don't know how to play the piano. He stands in front of it, go
He
ding
just
ding
has
ding ding.
one.
Ding. But he's got a whole room. He lives in a mansion, right? On his own, as far as I can tell. But he's got this mansion. He's got a piano room. He don't know how to play the piano, but he's got a whole room with a grand piano in it. He's got, but he's such a weird cunt. He's got a tree in the garden, and he's climbing this tree. He's like, yeah, you got to have a climbing tree, and like he's like a kid himself, but he looks like a middle-aged guy, like 30 to 40, and do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's fucking weird, but the shit he's spending his money on.
This is the fucking guy that you're giving all your money to, and what is he doing with it? He's fucking climbing trees and pretending to be a piano player.
Yeah, and he sounds like such an idiot as well. He sounds like such a
The majority of them do, these fucking multi-billionaires. They've never really done anything in their life. The one thing that they do know how to do is manipulate stupid people.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this planet is full of it, jam-packed of stupid fucking people or stupid fucking parents that don't pay attention to what their kids are spending money on. That's why we have this fucking problem now.
Exactly.
It's fucking bad.
It's going to take a lot of people to do something about it, though. It's going to take a lot of people to say no. And, mate, what point has it got to get to? I mean, you can say the same thing about reboots and remakes of movies, and even like professional wrestling. You know what I mean? It's remakes and reboots are shit. They always are. But dickheads will still go and watch them and pay money for them, and that's why they keep making them. Professional wrestling at the minute is the worst it's ever been. But people,
100% agree.
People are still watching it. They're still paying for the network. They're still buying merchandise. So people are gonna keep watching shit because do you know what I mean? It takes people to go, no, this is shit. Change it, or we're gonna stop buying it.
That's what it's gonna take.
You know, and like I said, the programmers to do a walkout, go on strike, get unionised. I think there's enough independent game companies out there, little game companies, that will outlast these AAA companies, because I think these AAA companies are going to destroy themselves ultimately with
they're already doing it. If you and I are talking about it, we're not the only ones.
No,
I would like to think that we're not. I know for a fact that we're not the only ones talking about this DLC problem and everything.
Yeah.
The video game industry and gaming culture as a whole was thriving, where you could actually, all right, you beat a game. You had a complete game. You finished it. You go trade it in. You get another fucking game, full price. Somebody hasn't played the game that you played can get that fucking game, right?
Yeah.
For a lesser price. They play it. They enjoy it. It's like, you know what I mean? It works that way. It works.
Yeah.
But this is just fucking robbing people of their fucking money. There's no community.
No.
There's no fucking community. It's the fucking industry robbing you of your fucking money. Raping you out of your fucking wallet. That's what they do. If any fucking community was going to be kind to its fucking consumer, you would think it would be the gaming industry. But this is not it. They have fucking turned to the goddamn dark side. I hate to use a Star Wars word. I don't know if you caught that, but if you like Star Wars, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's what it is.
Yeah. But how do you stop it, right? When Fortnite, for example, Fortnite alone.
Stop playing it. Stop buying their shit. Don't buy anything. Don't buy the new skin. You don't fucking... Guess what? Those new skins don't make you more powerful.
No,
that's the thing. Like that's the kids. That's them taking advantage of young kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I buy the Thanos skin, then I'm gonna be as powerful as Thanos, and no one can beat me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They think that, but they don't tell them that.
No, or even just...
It's just a skin. It's just a different outfit for the character that you have.
Yeah. Do you know
the character that you created for free? Just throw that out there.
Yeah. But do you know, I can't remember the exact fucking data, but it's something like the National Hockey League, or what is it called? Major League Hockey, NBA,
NHL, the National Hockey League, NHL.
alright,
Yep.
NHL, NBA, and the American Football League. What's that called? NFL.
Yes.
Yeah, it's those
Yep.
three, and there was a few other things, but sporting things. Yeah, Fortnite done a World Cup. They sold out a stadium full of fucking people. Yeah, the game
Oh shit.
Fortnite makes more money than the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL put together.
Well, that's a goddamn shame.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. If there's that many people paying that much money and going to these outdoor events in stadiums to watch people play Fortnite, I don't know if there is any coming back from it.
We're fucked then. If that's the case,
I don't.
the minds of the generations coming up after us.
The world.
This planet is doomed. This planet is fucking doomed if that's the case.
Yeah, well.
They're already fucking brainwashed. This is what you're talking about, esports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fortnite is an esport. Like, why don't you go out and play paintball and do it for real? You know what I mean?
How old was he, the kid that won it? He was either 11 or 14, or he was around that age. And he won $3 million for playing Fortnite.
All went to his parents. Because he can't spend it.
No.
But you put that 11-year-old on a real battlefield, do you think he can execute that same way? No, he can't. Because now he knows it's for real.
Yeah.
Like, you get hit with a fucking bullet, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's false advertisement. Like, it's bad, Bert. It's really fucking... The manipulation of the fucking adolescent mind is fucking... I see it every day, man, in real life. I walk around, and I feel like I'm not even on planet Earth anymore. Like, people in their 20s, sometimes in their 30s, I feel like I'm talking to a fucking 15-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I was playing Fortnite for 5 hours. And they sound like they're trying to sound like the streamer that they just watched.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Really?
I don't. Some of them people get right on my tits. Those
What
fucking...
the fuck, man?
Hey,
I don't
guys. Welcome to my stream. Hey, it's like Doug or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a voice you've heard because that's what, they do.
Yeah.
And you mock it. But people, like, they go around like, let me help you with your carriage. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like,
I think...
they'll do a superhero pose for no reason.
yeah.
What the fuck? I haven't seen... I just added that one in there for humor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, but now that I've mentioned it, I'm probably going to see it fucking next week.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Something's wrong, Bert. I don't know what it is, but we're on the tip of the iceberg with this shit.
Yeah. I think, though, like I was saying, I think the independent companies, the little indie companies, will keep the gaming industry going. But these AAA games, AAA games are going to destroy things. They're going to make... the whole industry is going to change. And there's going to be a major downfall, and we're going to have to... We'll be building up again from, like, Streets of Rage 4 level games. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I love that game, but... You know what I mean?
I get to... shit, I don't know.
But we're nearly at the end, mate. We're nearly done an hour, so do you want to wrap us up?
Sure will.
Final thoughts?
My final thoughts are this. I think if you're really looking for change, like really, really, and this is not just when it comes to like the gaming industry or the situation that we as consumers find ourselves in when purchasing, because we're gamers, you and I, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? We are. You know what I mean? We enjoy fucking playing these video games. They're entertaining.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? They're great. And
Yeah.
I can see how people get addicted to them, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have to have a head on your shoulders, and I think the parents need to, for the kids, most importantly, keep an eye on what they're spending their money on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And the parents are like, they should see it, and a lot of them do, is that this is fucking highway robbery. Like, this is criminal what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's white collar crime at its finest level. And I blame the internet. Like, again, the internet is a great thing, but at the same time, much like life, you got your good and you got your fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just so happens in 2021 and especially 2020, the bad outweighs the good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are just looking to take advantage of people and rob them for whatever they're worth, because we're in this fucking situation where we can't go anywhere. They know that you're going to resort to playing video games, because we talked about it. When we were kids, we were able to go outside, play fucking sports, do whatever, you know what I mean? Sled down, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Ride bikes.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking whatever the fuck you wanted to do, you could do.
Yeah.
You could go outside and do something. Associate with other people, like play with your fucking friends. Now you can't do anything. You're locked down. You can't do. So obviously there's more people on the net. They're taking advantage of this. If you can't see that they're taking advantage of you, there's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're an adult.
Yeah.
They're taking advantage of you. And they're taking advantage of your fucking kids.
Yeah.
And they're robbing you of income. I say stop it in its tracks.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I agree
it.
on it.
Don't give them anything else. Force them to change their ways.
Yeah, exactly that.
Don't conform. Do not conform to what they want you to do, or where like prove them wrong. You know what I mean? For once, let your fucking ego take over. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, fuck you. You're not gonna determine where I spend my money. You know what I mean? Or how I spend my money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna determine that you provide me with a great product that I will give you money for. You know what I mean? The customer is always right type of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, in a good sense, because the customer is not always right. You want to smack them sometimes.
Yeah.
I've worked in retail, trust me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to choke these motherfuckers, but at the same time, more often than not, the shit they're complaining about, they end up being right. And I think us as consumers right now, we are the customers. We are fucking right in this endeavor. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
I'll leave it up to you. That's my closing statement.
Yep, no, I agree with that, mate. I think you're right. People need to say no. People need to stop. People need to think for themselves. Remember that we are individuals and we are not part of a hive mind, and we don't have to conform to what some fucking dictator says. You know what I mean? Which is basically what they're doing to us, dictating to us how we should fucking play and what we should do. We don't have to conform to that. We've got our own minds, do our own things. Programmers, go on strike, get unionised. This is the Rattle the Cage podcast. I'm Bert DeVito, along with William Bringer. Thanks for listening. Join us next time.
Adios, motherfuckers.